Yes. You reached the Kicking It with TC show. We are live here on X Squad Radio. Y'all know what it is. We are about to be joined by a legend. It is on and popping. Let me go ahead and make sure we get our room set up right here. Here we go. Yes, sir. All right. Here we go. All right, my man, what's going on, man? How are you? I think he's getting the sound set up here. Getting the sound in. Can you hear me? There we go. I hear you, I think. There you go. Andre, what's going on, brother?
What's happening?
Hey, man, can't call it. What's good with you, man? Happy Thursday.
Man, I can't call it, man. I'm running around chasing these daughters of mine around like a defensive back.
Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I get it. For sure. I definitely get it. Hey, that's fatherhood, man. That is definitely, that's a part of it. Anyway, welcome to the Kicking It with KC, man. Kicking It with KC show. I've been podcasting about 6+ years now. Talk about everything, you know what I mean? It's just a conversation, You know what I'm saying, with your homeboy. So right off the bat, man, I want to say welcome, man. I'm really grateful for you to take time out of your schedule to come in and basically, we talk about this book, man. I know you got this great book that you have written with your co-author, and hey, we're gonna really get in here and try to see if we can get some copies out here, man.
Appreciate it.
I gotta give a shout out to Z Mullen, Savvy Affairs, man, setting us up here. So shout out right off the bat to her for making this thing happen.
Man, Z about that business.
Z is definitely about that business. I do a little web work for her, so I definitely see it. I see it quite often.
Oh yeah. You gonna see it and you gonna hear it.
Yes. All right, so right off the bat, man, you coming out of Flint, Michigan, right?
Yeah, born and raised
out of Flint, Michigan. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, the brothers I know from Flint, Michigan, man, they're the coolest brothers I know, man. I could say, right off the bat, we got one of our fellas. He's a podcaster here on my network. A guy by the name of Jelani Bodie. Wait a Minute show here on X Squad Radio. He actually had a question right off the bat. He told me to ask you. So I'm going to ask you. He said, which one do you like better? Big John Steak and Onion or Cookies Taco House?
Oh, man, you got to go with Big John Onions, You got to go with the steak and onion.
Big John Steak and Onions, all right. That must be a Flint thing. I was like, okay, all right, man. Yeah.
Well, every now and then, the Taco House meat was investigated. You know what I'm saying? By the public.
Oh man, that is hilarious. Hey, some of them places get investigated be the best, the best eating, man. But we be ashamed of, what I'm saying? You know how the Waffle House is. That's some. I ain't gonna talk about the Waffle House, but and late at night it has its place.
I ate it many times at the Waffle House.
Yes, sir. All right, so let's talk about your growing up. You actually come out of Michigan. You played high school football. You went on into college. Before you even played high school football, you were involved in other sports, right? I think I read that you had some basketball in your history as well.
Oh man, I'm trying to get this doggone thing right and keep falling on my stand. There we go. I'm gonna get tech savvy in a minute, but yeah, we played all the sports. Yeah, we played all the sports coming up.
Yeah.
That was the thing to get out the house. You couldn't be in the house. We came up and then you couldn't be in the street. So only place you could be was, gym, and church, and back home, really. And so which was pretty cool though, because it taught us a lot of different sports.
Right.
Mhm.
I was actually speaking about your high school career,
Yeah,
if you call it that, and I said you played basketball. Now that was a fact. My man Jelani had told me you played basketball with Glenn Rice.
yeah. The
That is
great,
crazy.
the great Glenn Rice.
The great
You know,
Glenn
and
Rice.
yeah, we had
Man,
other guys. We had some more great guys too. Jeff Greer, who also played in the NBA for a long time, and had a great high school player, college player, Anthony Pendleton. So
okay.
we had 3-4 All-Americans. Then we had other guys that went on to play collegiate ball, then overseas as well. But Glenn Rice was definitely the stud. You know, coming through, winning Mr. Basketball, then winning NCAA titles with the University of Michigan. Then turn around winning the NBA championship with Shaq and Kobe
Yes.
with the Lakers. So, you know, he's always been, you know, my brother and even a good friend. He's always been my brother. And even today, our moms are still best friends to this day as we speak. So,
Bro, that's awesome.
that's a pretty dope relationship to have. So,
Man,
yeah,
for
we
real.
cherish that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. You know what I'm saying? Two legends and y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all on both sides of the coin here. You know what I'm saying? It's still cool. I love it, man. I love it.
For sure.
So tell me a little bit. So you went to college, Michigan State. Tell me a little bit about your Michigan State experience, how it shaped and
Michigan State.
motivated and cultivated you for the NFL.
Michigan State was cool. It was a great experience because, you know, we didn't throw the ball a lot. So it taught me the pro game at an early age, how to be patient and then how to make plays when they do call on you. So, you know, a lot of times I was frustrated and mad because I felt like I was the best receiver in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it kept me out of the College Hall of Fame because I couldn't put up the numbers. But we were still lucky enough to go first round and be first round picks, myself and Mark Ingram Sr. But we played with arguably the greatest running back in college, which was Lorenzo White. So he led the nation in carries, man. And so it was a lot of frustration there, but other sports to take up for it too, because I ran track.
Wow.
And I ran track and ended up making all Big Ten in track, and also played basketball for 2 years. And so my plate was pretty full, you know, and it took my mind off of it when I did want to go, you know, and get frustrated with what was going on with football. But all in all, it was a great school, though. But it's so critical, man, when you make that decision on what college you pick. That's a big decision.
Big decision.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But I gained some great friends back then, and that are, you know, still friends and brothers, you know, now. So you know, if I had to do it again, I'd do it. I'll pick it again.
You pick it again. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. What you thinking about? What you think about Michigan State right now? Current state.
I mean, we got a coach that got a buzz going, and you know that buzz is critical in recruiting. And then, you know, you get top recruits with winning. Yeah. And he's creating a culture up there that I think everybody across the country is seeing, and not only just parents, players, but the parents are seeing it as well, you know, and that's a great thing. And I'm just glad the direction he's got us going in. We also got a new athletic director in Alan Haller. And so I know he's going to do great things with the program.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this here. Well, before we even get into that, listen, we're gonna do a quick little switch gears here. I'm gonna show a little something. We're going into a little highlights right here. We're gonna do a little highlight and share it with you. Give me one moment. We're gonna pull this up. Let you see what's going on. Let's see, share. All right. Give me 1 second. All right. Here we go. These are little highlights here that we got popping.
Number 1 draft choice last year, had 6 sacks. 3rd down and 4. Brown in motion, ever dangerous, and Gannon looking that way. Fires. Touchdown, Andre Rison. No pass rush. That's the reason the Raiders had all day to allow Rison to come all the way across the end zone, and Rich Gannon was in the proverbial rocking chair. Andre Rison, who starts clear out on the right. This pattern takes a while to run all the way across the end zone like that. And Rich Gannon, even then when he threw it to Rison, could have stayed even longer. Great job by the Raiders up front. 14 yards to run. Lines up to the right. And he's going to come all, but this is what's key. Look at the pocket that Rich Gannon is going to be able to sit in here. This pattern takes forever to develop. It's double coverage by the Seahawks, both corner and safety. But Gannon has all day, and Andre Rison has the luxury.
The Falcons lead 26-0. Time ticks down the second quarter. Miller hits Rison one more time. From 15 yards out, the Falcons lead 33-zip. 33 second quarter points, a club record, the most in the NFL this year.
15. Touchdown, Atlanta, Andre Rison.
I appreciate that myself.
Randy
Falcon fan myself, yes.
Amongst ourselves, what in the world could Jerry Glanville say at halftime?
All right. They're gonna do their little ads. All right, so I just want to give a little bit of highlights here. There we go. So the greatness, I want y'all to see the greatness. Some people, you know what I mean, you look at this for the first time, like, okay, I didn't get to see, you know, what Andre did in my time. So I wanted to, you know, familiarize y'all with, you know, some great footage here. So let me go ahead and switch it back. Awesome. So let's talk about the NFL. NFL draft here. How was that night? You getting into the NFL, switching over, the nerves. You know what I mean? I see it kind of developed into something different now. You know what I mean? They kind of have now made it more of a great spectacle where, you know, the public is actually tuned in. You know, so it wasn't as public at that time. You didn't have social media and all those things. So tell me a little bit about your NFL draft experience in that night.
I mean, it was cool. You know, you being the athlete, you know, is one pinnacle to reach that part, and then, you know, you just got a lot of work ahead of you because you're now playing with the pros, and so everybody's good. Everybody's good. And then some of them are great, and so I always had the ambition on being great. So it was like that was just a stepping stone to the process of it. You know, the door being open. I'm always going to be thankful and grateful for that entity and that institution of the NFL for providing that platform for me to change my life and change a lot of other people's lives.
Yeah, definitely game changing, man. That's something, man, that, you know, as you see, you know, it's like the lottery, you know what I mean? It's like so many players out here, but only the great make it, you know what I mean? So that speaks for the ability and who you are, you know what I mean? And the crazy part is you can be the fifth string wide receiver and you greater than, you know what I'm saying, everybody else, you know what I mean? But you being a starter,
for sure.
It's a whole nother something else, you know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's crazy, you know, Pro Bowl, you know what I mean, next level. So, you know, it's levels to this thing.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. There's definitely tears.
Yeah.
And
tears to it. Yep.
You know, and it's dog eat dog. You know, when the competition starts, which is when nobody's watching, and that's when you get your work in. And you know, I see so many stories about the great ones and their work ethics, and it's hard to really separate them from just, you would say, the third string or fourth string, because they work just as hard.
They work hard.
They work hard just like the superstars do. Superstars just get that tag if they make those clutch plays, no matter what genre or sport it is. They get that tag and that label. But at one point in time, all those players were superstars, and they on the right, high school, college, or whatever, you know. And then all of a sudden, you know, you hit this water, and you gotta learn how to tread, because now you might be third string, you might be second string, you might be fourth string, but you got to play your part and play your role within that team, and, you know, within that scheme. And so it's a thin line of fine, you know, a fine ice where you know, where the friendship and fellowship lies in the locker room when it comes to competing for that number one spot to be the favorite in their quarterback's eye and the favorite of the coach's eye when they put the game plan together. So I just made sure my skills was ready prior to the draft, you know, and kept working on them. And I just wanted to be the greatest ever play. So that meant every aspect of the game, I had to know it.
Right.
You know, from interior lineman as far as picking up blitz, because in Atlanta I was playing in the slot a lot, so that's like an extended tackle within the passing scheme. So, you know, I had to learn that stuff, which was cool. And then I came from a Big Ten conference, which always, you know, was known to be physical and block and be strong. So I was always strong, and then I was fast, and so I knew I could play the game, but I knew I had a gift too if they threw me the ball. You know, just threw me the ball and gave me the opportunity to make plays. And so when I came to Atlanta, I already made the all rookie team my first year in the league. Yeah. So I had confidence. Coming in, you know, when I came into Atlanta. And then that second year, I already knew I had arrived as far as, you know, competing on the day-to-day level. And that was the difference between going from college to the NFL with that draft. Just the expectancy of, you know, how am I going to transition and how am I going to progress, just like from a freshman to a senior, how am I going to be in my second and third year. Well, my second and third year, I found myself having more catches and touchdowns than anybody in the history of the game. And had more catches and touchdowns in the first 4 years. And then I had more catches and touchdowns than anybody in the first 5 years of a career. And then I was 2 in 6 years of a career. So that's starting to dig in over half of a decade. You know, so I knew I could play, but it's all about winning championships. You know, it's about winning championships. And so the individual accolades, they were always there. But, you know, I had to find a situation where I, you know, compete for a ring.
Yes. All right, so you got this book out.
Yeah.
Wide out. Now
Wide open.
Available now on your website. That's AndreRisingWideOpen.com. Tell me about it now. What inspired you or made you think about creating or writing this book? And I got to give a shout out to Camille Shavers Douglas, who co-wrote it with you. So yeah,
half of a lifetime.
So we're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down inside the pieces of the book, little areas that everybody wants to know about.
Half of the lifetime needed to come out. You know, that had been asked about for many years, and some. Yeah. You know, recent years. So
I get it.
Yeah. And so
you wanted everyone to know who the real Andre Rison is.
Right now. Yeah. So plus we got a film coming out, documentary coming out as well. So it's all about timing. You know, pushing buttons, man. Just staying aggressive. Just staying aggressive right now in the business world.
All right, so and I know this is probably all in the book, so we're going to jump into pieces because you can explain this. I'm just going to ask about certain things because I'm here in Atlanta. Been here in Atlanta since 1990. I'm a Grady baby. Was born here, moved to Virginia. From Newport News. Been there for 18 of my years. Went to high school, and then I came back here and went to Morehouse. So I've been here ever since. So I saw the matriculation and the changes of the city of Atlanta. Me being in just my regular corporate world, you know what I mean, just my work and day to day, I feel like I was a piece of what Atlanta built. You being a part of a cultural icon, not just in, you know, sports, but in music and everything else, you were part of building what Atlanta has become. Tell me about your thoughts on your experience of Atlanta, and I'm not sure if you're still here in the area, but your thoughts on the matriculation or the starting of what Atlanta was to what it has become.
You know, I'm proud. I'm proud to see where the city has advanced to, and where it has what it has become. And it's only just the beginning. I mean, you know, you evolve with technology, and the younger people begin to become smarter than us, and more intelligent, articulate, and more wise. And the more they do trust us, though, with the knowledge that we do obtain, it can't do nothing but get better. We've seen so many actions taken from civil rights all the way to the justice system, all the way to sports and golf courses that wouldn't allow black or minorities on them. Now they do, all the way to the transformation of Buckhead, transformation of downtown, with integration and things of that nature. We're part of that. From the nightlife culture, how much revenue Black Americans spent in the city of Atlanta, was unbelievable. From that point up to this point, which is real critical on turning the city over. And so all the Black officials, not only just Black officials, but white officials that were down for what was right, to go from the 90s to now, 2021, leading into 22 here real soon. Very proud of them. Do we have a lot of work to do? Yes. You see that right there on the doorstep with all the infractions that we got going on throughout this country, dealing with racism, and Georgia and Atlanta being at the forefront of that for a long time. I was very fortunate to be an up north kid and be able to come to the South and play a part in the transition of overcoming a lot of obstacles when it came to blacks and whites. I used to always say, hey, I hear the cheers, but I don't see no blacks in the stand,
Right.
And I used to give away 40 and 50 tickets. I don't know if you ever heard the stories. I used to give away 40 and 50 tickets to homeless. And we used to fill a section up in there. One day the owner asked about it, and somebody told him, he said, yeah, them rising people over there. And so he asked me about it one time, and I said, man, I can't tell you none of them people names, but I know they be at every game supporting us, know. And from that point on, I just seen it grow. I seen it grow, and I seen the integration, and that's what was key, because we are playing in the South, and you are playing in Atlanta, and you are more than a football player. You got to wake up, pay taxes. You got to go eat and wine and dine at the same places that everybody else that live in the city of Atlanta goes to. And I made sure I was available to the people that couldn't afford to get to the games. Man. And I think that played a key part into who I am and what I meant to Atlanta, and receiving the key to the city. Receiving a Andre Rising Day, in honor. Man, I'm just thankful and grateful and so humble on that tip, because somebody did recognize what we were doing, and I didn't do it by myself, but I wasn't scared to go lead and show by example, and if I had a message to what's going on right now in the entertainment business that's different than us, we weren't out here killing each other. MCs wasn't killing each other, that wasn't, the competition was there, most definitely, and and then nobody really believed in beef on wax, but this just killing and this gunplay within our own within our own communities, it wasn't like that, So if I could say anything,
I tried to hold back on this one, man, but you didn't. You just led right to it. Okay. Something unfolded on the field. You and Primetime coming back when y'all first faced off against each other on opposite sides of the field.
Yeah.
Tell me how y'all handled that and the relationship now.
It was cool. We was cool then. It was just a situation where he played on another team. I played on another team. We was upset. I was upset. He had left. We had plans. We had big plans in Atlanta. And things jumped off, and we just made sure we would always take care of each other. Post game, and we did. And to this day, we're best friends and like brothers. I think the whole world know that. They'll see they'll see a great clip. You know, I'm usually jumping on his stuff, but he took the time out and jumped on my documentary, and so I'm interested to see the final cut on it. But it's gonna be a great documentary.
There you go.
We closer now. We closer now than we was when we played.
When you played, wow. So I say that, and I said that right behind when you're speaking about the beefs and stuff like that, because you know, hip hop had beefs. You had competition. You had the
battle with MCs.
Yeah, the battle of MCs. You know what I mean? You had testosterone. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing my best. You bringing your best. If you looked at the verses with KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane, it's like, you know, KRS-One like, I'm gonna bust your ass. You know what I mean? But yet they're the best friends after that. It's competition. Yeah. You know what I mean? For some reason, I don't know what's happening here. It's like people, I don't know, when it comes to competition, it's or either you're best friends, which you're like, okay, why is y'all best friends right now? You gotta, you know what I'm saying, step it up and be competition. Or either it's hate. It's like there's no middle ground here. People don't understand that. It's a different type of concept that's going on here. That's going on competitively in sports and in the music world, hip hop specifically. I don't get it. It's different from how we came up, I'll say.
Because you can say what you want to say and publish it. And you can say it ASAP. So you couldn't say that you couldn't do that years ago. If you wanted to say something to somebody, you had to see them face to face.
Yeah.
The phone wasn't gonna get it done.
That's true. That's true.
You know, the phone was, so everybody say they breath, really. It didn't make sense to be out there woofing until you seen somebody. You know, that's the real value of the word and the phrase face value. You know, and so being a football player, you know that is because we grimy with it off rip. Because if you say something to each other on the football field, naturally you can get at that next play, right. Or you can get at that play for that matter, and you can get at it after the play. You know, if you want to pay the fine, but you know, hurt your team, penalize your team, you know, jeopardize, you know, a win.
Yeah.
So you got to be smart. You got to be smart about it. But in life, it ain't no game.
It's no game.
It's no game, man. And so, you know, what comes out of your mouth and what you say, and you know, they taking it to heart, or you know, is got out of hand. You know, I never could, and you can never. Back in the '90s, we can never put a camera on how much money we had at that time at 2:00.
You're right. That's true.
And show the world.
Show the world. I mean, look at my money in my ear. Like, yeah, check it out.
And tell them where I'm at with it.
Right.
You know, you see, it was a whole different game. About me being a coach, you got to be up on top of those things. You know, you got social media and different things of that nature. It's a catch-22. You know, the old people think that social media platform is the devil.
There's a gift and a curse to it, like you said.
It's a gift and a curse. You know, it's a gift and a curse. So I guess the gift is you can make revenue off of it, and the curse is you can end somebody's life off of it. You know, so you just got to be careful and candid about it.
Yeah. So tell me about this now. Tell me about this. Another. You know, everybody painted Andre Rison back then. You know what I mean? And that's part of the book. I don't want you to have to necessarily get into the details of the book because I want people to get the book. But people painted Andre Rison in certain lights. And that's why you wrote this book. You know what I mean? So you had your well-publicized public relationship that, listen, would have been even worse if it was in these days because of social media. You know what I mean? All that was going on without social media. You know what I mean? So people were all in your business and stuff like that. So tell me a little bit about the relationship, the Lisa Left Out situation, your thoughts on it, and, you know, a little bit of, you know, what you're saying in your book.
I mean, you know, I touch on it briefly, but it ain't about me and her or her and I. It's about me. So,
yeah.
That was a part of the time, you know, in the life when I was who I was back then. But with all due respect, you know, phenomenal artist, you know, sold many records, did a lot of great things. Definitely left too early.
Yeah.
Um,
Most definitely.
and was definitely a good friend of mine, you know. And so, I just talked to her brother not too long ago,
Yep.
a couple days ago, and so, it was just a devastation to the music world, to TLC fans, and everybody and above and her family. But she left a bright spirit, and they've been carrying it on pretty well, and so we always wish their family well. Yeah, always wish their family well.
Yeah, I've met Raindrop several times. Rain, I think is her name.
Yeah,
yeah, I've met her several times. Her sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've seen, the things that they did as far as carrying on their name, and the memorialization and stuff that they've been doing has been awesome. So yeah, like you said, definitely, she
for sure,
spirit wise.
Yeah.
Sure. So during those times, like you said, Atlanta, the nightlife was different. The 112, the Kroger, paparazzi, people all in a relationship, etc. People took, of course, you got a nickname, Bad Moon Rising, comes from the Creed Water Clearance Revival song, you know what I mean? Was given to you. Dope nickname though. It's gotta be one of the dopest nicknames out here, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, for sure. Do you still go by that name?
Oh yeah. It's right there. It's right there.
There you go. There you go. You know what I mean? Well, people try to put the bad on the front, you know what I'm saying, with the emphasis, you know what I mean? But you was a young man growing up, so you know what I mean?
Yeah. We don't feed off of that, man. As long as the people that you deal with every day on a daily basis, man, know you and know that you fair, you treat people how you want to be treated, man. That's all I cared about in the end, because I really didn't and don't know outside. I don't search for outside language, because I know what type of guy I became. I became
outside
that guy.
Validation, right?
None whatsoever.
You know what I mean? You know who you are, what you about.
I ain't never seen nobody in the hot tub with a cold bath after getting knocked out. You know what I mean? From week to week. I ain't nah, man. I beg to differ when people get the yapping. So
yeah. Tell me a little bit about your interaction with Pac.
Pac was cool, man. I love Pac, man. Pac was so talented, just like Left Eye. They had so much talent, left too early.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the greatest MCs.
Yeah.
And not that he did, he was an actor too, and just when you hear it for such a short time and be able to, have such an effect on the whole world, that's just show your magnitude of your spirit. So I knew what type of spirit he had a long time ago.
All right, I got a question in my chat room. I didn't tell you I had a live chat room going to. A lot of people in it. They were firing on the Facebook group. I had to give a shout out to my man Mo Cheese from X Squad Radio. He says, "Where do you think you rank all time as a wide receiver?" You know Andre's answer. I don't know why y'all ask this question. Y'all know the answer.
Hey, Bo Cheese, man. Hey, I don't be thinking. Man. I'm number one.
There you go. Still number one. I'll still play that KRS-One song for that. Number one.
Man, I'm number one, man. It ain't nothing they could do that I couldn't do, and I could do stuff they couldn't do.
There you go.
Number one, dog. For one, I can go over there and check them guys. See, and that's that's how I evaluated it a lot of times when I looked at like who's supposed to be good, and who's supposed to be great at wide out. Because I really played DB. So I was like, you know what? If I can go over there and check dude, ain't no way dude can be better than me.
Right.
And I could check them all.
And one of my guys, Rough Buff out of Buffalo, said you should have been a Buffalo Bill because he said
you know what? I'm a fan of Buffalo too. I'm close with all them boys. All them boys that went 0-4 in the Super Bowl, 0-4. I'm cool with all of them.
Hey, I can't hate on him, man. Only reason I like hating on him because this fella that always come in here rough buff, always talking shit. I want him to shine, but for him, because he talks so much shit, I don't want him to shine. I'm a hater. I'm a Falcon fan, you know, so I hate on everybody. I hate on everybody. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So I'm gonna ask you this question here. While we're on these teams, I'm gonna do a name drop on you. Just give me a quick, you know what I'm saying, a couple words in regards to your former teams here. So we'll start off. Number one, Falcons. Thoughts process on them right now.
Hall of Fame.
Okay. Raiders.
Al Davis.
Davis. All right. Chiefs.
Mr. Hunt. Lamar Hunt.
Okay. Packers.
World champs.
All right. Jaguars.
Dementia.
What word you said?
Dementia.
Dementia. Okay. All
Dementia.
Right. Dementia. All right. So, that word that you spoke about dementia, we're gonna talk about this because this is also something that you're dealing with. You've been dealing with CTE. Am I correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Tell me your thought process on CTE. Do you feel like the league is protecting the league now with these new changes? Do you feel like more needs to be done? Do you feel like they've lessened the game? I mean, you know, did too much on the game right now? What's your thoughts?
I mean, the game is the game. You can't get no concussion from just running through air. You know, that head has to jar some type of way. So
yeah,
that's never gonna change. You know, they can change the rules and
they can put you in a bubble. Still gonna
put you in a bubble.
Full speed.
You still running full speed, and that head gonna wiggle. You know, and so it is what it is. It's a game that we love. It's a game that's been great to minorities. It's been great to Caucasian race, everything that you could imagine when you put race with the game of football. Because, you know, they say, well, you need to cut it out because of concussions and this and that. All right. Well, tell me how many scholarships academically are given out in the inner cities across the country on just academics alone, or band, when you know they took band and music programs out of most high schools. Where are they getting these scholarships from? They're getting it from playing athletic sports. They're playing sports. They're student athletes. And so, okay, well, which sport are they going in the most in the bulks? Football. That's the largest sport where they come in as minorities to earn an education, because all of them are going to make pro, but they're going to incur some concussions. Yeah. They are going to take that risk of CTE. They are going to take the risk of, damaging. Boom. That's the part that comes with the game, though. That's the territory that comes with the game. And so to say that we need to cut out football or lower tiers, nah, we don't. You know, they can play flag a little longer, but at some point in time, they're going to have to get their bone structure together. So there's a certain age limit you should be able to play, and then you'll know right then if your child can't play the game because his bone structure can't handle it. Well, he's young enough where if he does break a bone, it can heal, and it'll heal way faster than him doing it at a later age, playing at a later age. And so there's a science, there's a science to that. So you want to build bone structure. And so the fastest way to find out if your kid is applicable to playing football, you got to start him off early in tackle football, pee-wee football, Pop Warner football. And the faster you find out, if little Jimmy, if little Bobo, little BB, little CC, little DD, if they can handle it, then, hey, we're good to go. If they can't, you see it right off bat. If something injured, they're young enough for that bone to heal, and then you can go on with your life, and he doesn't have to play football. But if you just wait and skip those adolescent years, you skip 6th grade, you skip 5th grade, you skip 4th grade, and say, okay, well, I'm going to play in junior high. All right. I don't know if that bone structure is ready enough. I don't know if it's hit the turf enough, hit the ground enough. I don't know if it's banged enough. And then if it happens, here we go with a 15, 16, 17-year-old with a broke bone as a 7, 8, 9-year-old where it'll heal better and it'll heal faster. So there's a catch-22 to it. Where we're from, you playing. We don't care how old you are. You know, if you can hold your bottle, you can hold the rock.
There you go. Shout out to my hometown too, 757 Mike Vick's hometown. Another icon.
I love Mike Vick. I just talked to Mike, man. Me and Mike's supposed to have something in the pot cooking, real special.
Awesome.
It's gonna be special for these kids. It's gonna be special for these kids across the whole country.
Hey, y'all know. You know, I'm a venue, man. If you want to come in and talk about it, I'm here. I'm open. So I'm definitely hometown.
Yeah, my wife calling me now. It's wine night. It's wine and champagne night. So I gotta.
Wrap it up here. All right.
I gotta wrap it up. Yeah,
all right, cool. All right, so you got a couple of tour dates, book dates that you got in Vegas coming up. I think tomorrow, right? TC Martin show.
I'll be in Vegas. We'll be in Vegas one of these days. This week coming up, but not tomorrow. Not tomorrow though. I think we take flight. This weekend. We'll be in Vegas. This weekend we'll be in Vegas. Wide open crew.
All right. Yeah, I see. I think it says the 4th. I think you got something coming up, and then you're gonna be at the Raiders versus Washington game, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Are you in Atlanta now? Is this home?
No, I'm in Michigan.
Oh, you're in Michigan. Okay, awesome. Hey, back to the crib.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Michigan. Yeah.
Awesome. So tell people how they can get in touch, get the book and your social media handles. You know what I'm saying? Pass the word. Tell it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you got a student athlete in your house, you know what I'm saying? Be sure to get it out to those folks. Or, you know what I'm saying? Great read. You know what I mean? If you're a fan of Andre Rison, his accolades, the man who he is. Like I said, there's been a lot of different, phases of him in his life. Be sure to check it out. Get the book. Got to give a shout out to Z Mullen, Savvy Affairs. Check her out. Follow her at ZEE Mullen, Mullen. She's a Savvy Affairs. Shout out to her. Big ups. I want to thank you, Andre. You know what I mean, for coming in and spending time and being able to get in here and you know what I'm saying, relay your true feelings. You know what I'm saying, how things are and how it's been for you. Like I said, this book, I'm gonna actually put the link on my website, also on my social media handles. So be sure to take a look and get the book. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out everybody that's tuned in and been able to kick it with Keisha. If your first time seeing me, be sure to continue to follow me, xsquadradio.com. Get the X Squad mobile app. You know what I mean? It's on all platforms. Check us out. We got plenty of great programming. We got sports talk. We got social commentary. We got relationship talk. We got politic talk. We got music. You know what I'm saying? You can tune in and hear some great music all day, all night. So, you know what I'm saying? Be sure to check us out. We got shows going on all throughout the days. You know what I mean? And tomorrow night, we got our hip-hop battle, The Greatest Hip-Hop Battle, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got my man, the number one chief rocker, Jersey Vern, from the Built From This Network, podcast network, versus Cool Sale, representing Columbus, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? They're going round for round, 11 rounds of hot hip-hop music versus style. Tune in, come in and get your profile right and come into the chat room and talk a little shit. But that's how we doing it, man. X Squad Radio. Hey, we're going to put a bow on this thing, man. I appreciate, like I said, everybody that came into all the different phases of listening and viewing us. You know what I mean? We're live here on Facebook Live, so we got a great group of people here on Facebook Live that are checking us out. You know what I mean? Got to give a shout out to my man Mo Cheese. Got to give a shout out to my man Vince Wright, my man Rail Scott. I got my man Matt in the building. What's good, Matt? I see you. I got my man, let's see, Mocha Bella. Got to give a shout out to her, representing that 305. Got to give a shout out to my brother, Rasan, up in here. What's good, Rasan? Appreciate you, man, coming through. Got to give a shout out to my man DJ 12 in the building, representing that BX. You know what I'm saying? We know your government, bro. And then on the other side of the audio side of the house, got to give a shout out to my man, Rough Buff over here. And then, of course, some of the other people on the audio and the video at the same time. We got to give a shout out to my partner, the other half of the X Squad here, man, making the wheels turn on this joint. My man Melvin, representing that Bay 11 Auto. You know what I mean? If you need great, awesome work, you're here in the Atlanta metro area, be sure to go check out my man Melvin. I know y'all done heard it before. If y'all ain't heard it, I'm definitely gonna play it for you. But be sure to check out my man Melvin. In fact, I'm gonna play it now.
We all hate when we have unexpected car problems. Well, I am here to tell you about a viable solution. Bay 11 Auto and my man Melvin. You have emission problems? Brakes need changing? Transmission slipping? Is your car just driving sluggish? No problem is too big. I live on the other side of town and I drive over an hour to a guy that I trust. Melvin is honest, dependable, and definitely not in the business to break your pockets. Come see the official mechanic, Melvin, at Bay 11 Auto. You will be glad you did. You can reach him at 1455 General Arts Road, Conyers, Georgia, or 404-295-5715. That's 404-295-5715.
Yep. And then also, I got to give a shout out to my man, Rough Buff. Representing that Buffalo. Y'all know how it is, man. It's just Rough Buff in here, man. Really, really bragging on this team here. Hey, you can't hate Buffalo doing their thing, man. So shout out to the Bills Mafia up in here. And also, I got to give a shout out to my man, Jelani J.B. Bodie, representing that Wait a Minute show. You know what I'm saying? And The Greatest, representing the The Greatest podcast, which I spoke about. So, got to give a shout out to those folks, man. And did I say Vince Wright, the governor, Sports Talk Governor. Everything found here on X Squad Radio, man. Y'all know who it is. Tune in, check out the great programming. We here, you know what I mean? Even after this show, we're going to have some great content. I think I'm going to follow up. I haven't had Southern Vanguard in a while. We're playing Southern Vanguard. You check out the latest episode. If you like hip-hop, you like real underground, digging the dirt hip-hop, Southern Vanguard is a show that you need to tune in. After that, we'll play a little something through the night. I think we're going to have a little Afro beats or something like that overnight. So anyway, check us out. And then, you know, we're going to continue doing how we do. All right, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you. I want to shout out Andre Rison, man. You know what I mean? Legend here. NFL 2022 Hall of Fame nominee coming up. You definitely want to, you know what I'm saying, put the best wishes and the well wishes on that brother, man, that he get in. And also get that book. You know what I'm saying? Go check out the book, his website, AndreRisonWideOpen.com. That's the website. Check it out. Get the book. Spread the word. Hey, man, y'all know what it is. We out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. You know how it is. And if you didn't know,
This is a podcast.
This is your boy D Greatest from South Central, and you tune into X Squad Radio Network. Yeah, man.
This is Mocha Bella, and you're tuned into the X Squad Radio Network, where we're changing your listening habits 24/7, 7 days a week.
West, y'all.
Bang, bang. Throw them W's up. West Side Wednesdays with your boy D Greatest from South Central. Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. X Squad Online Radio Network, iHeartRadio, Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, we got more.
Yeah, man, it's your boy Lilo Jones, a.k.a. International Lilo, ATL's most interesting Negro, and you listen to X Squad Radio. You dig?
Hey, X Squad, I got one more question, man. Man, y'all gonna pay me for this?
Tonight, I will be magnificent. I will be back. better than I ever been. I will be free, I will shine bright, reflect the limelight. Do it like this is my last time, I will be me. Can you see me? Standing in front of the crowd with a sound that resounds like thunder. Make them so proud when I rock loud, cause I shut them down and make MCs wonder how I can do it like this at any given time. Give me 16 bars, I get in your mind. Look and you will find that I'm nothing more than a messenger that's blessed with the gift of rhyme. I stay on my grind, trying to find my treasure. Diamonds form under pressure. Spit it so clear, make them all see the picture. Nothing like spitting for those who really get you. Tonight, I will be magnificent. I will be better than I ever been. I will amaze me, true to myself, they can't change me. I will be hip-hop, you don't stop. I will be sitting on the edge of a dream, and I'm always this close. I've been rocking mics up and down the East Coast, done radio shows, been an open mic host. I once even warmed up the crowd for most, but none of that matters when you still punching in, taking calls, and when it all falls down, I'm left wondering where the fire went and how to get it back into my environment. Cause right now I'm living for retirement. I've been doing this so long and I'm still aspiring. Time's moving, looking at the clock, cause it ain't enough to be the dopest MC on the block. I need more of it. I give you all of me with no frontin'. I need y'all to love it. And even if you don't, I'm still coming. Vote for anything if you don't stand for something. Tonight, I will be magnificent. I will be better than I ever been. I will amaze me, true to myself, they can't change me. I will be hip-hop, you don't stop. I change what I can, the things I control. The rest of this, I just let it roll. Say goodbye to the girl with the stagnated flow. I only make music that's good for my soul. On a road, so ain't no stopping me now. I've been through the struggle, I haven't forgotten my trial. From the childhood to grandma's death, it's been wild. Never know it cause I never show it when I smile. Pray for tomorrow and I hope that it comes. And if I do wait, I'ma take it and run. Give you this song while I write another one. While I'm sitting here waiting for my change to come. You see, I spit it till it's hard to breathe. Like it's just you and me, wear my heart on my sleeve. That's the mark of a true MC, it's just me. Bigger than Dynasty, it's D. Maria E. Tonight, I will be magnificent. I will be better than I ever been. I will amaze me, true to myself, they can't change me. I will be hip-hop, you don't stop. I will be. Yeah, I will be magnificent. I will